This is the Wizards in a nutshell. John Wall, the MVP of the team, his scoring, assists, and shooting percentage down from last year. Bradley Beal, who they think is an all-star, he's shooting worse from the field and from the three-point line than last year.
Mm-hmm.
Morris and Gortat combined last year were 25 points and 17 rebounds. This year, it's 19 points and 13.7 rebounds. Those are their starters. The starters aren't playing like they did last year when statistically, when they were together, that unit in some metrics were the best 5 in the NBA.
They have holes at 4 and 5. I mean, their center's 34 years old. I mean, they need to get younger at that position.
An infusion of youth at the center spot.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Jan Mahinmi's just not.
That's not the guy. That's another bad contract.
He'll bring some rebounding and some defense, but if you get 6 or 8 points out of him, that's an offensive bonanza.
Well, that's what Scotty Brooks told us the other day. He said anytime he scores, if he scores 1 point, it's gravy.
It is, absolutely.
But they knew that.
Sure.
They knew that going on.
I don't know, but $16 million a year. 800-636-1067.
But it's kind of the point where you just can't relate to the money.
That was the failed KD to DC. They had to sign somebody that just had armored trucks filled with money that they had to spend. Mm-hmm. And fortunately for Jan Mahinmi, they spent it on him.
They should have consulted with us because we said 2 years in advance that wasn't going to happen.
Well, they spent it on 3 guys, Bradley, John, and Otto.
Right.
That's what they backed up the truck to.
And I like those 3 guys, and I think they're solid building blocks. And I like Kelly Oubre. I mean, I like a lot of the pieces. But I agree with Coach Brooks. I don't like to compete night in and night out.
All right, let's rip through these calls. People have been on hold for a while.
All right, let's go to Rob in D.C. What's up, man? You're on with the Junks.
What's going on, guys? Love your show.
Thanks, man.
I had two things to say. One, their offense isn't a problem. I think their defense, they think it's a Harlem Globetrotters game. They're just giving up points. They're not playing any defense. And for people to argue that Bradley Beal is an all-star with that type of defense, it's crazy. And I think the second best player on that team is Oubre. Because, again, offense isn't an issue. Oubre plays defense. Bradley is just like, man, I think you guys could play offense against Bradley and make some points. So it kind of drives me nuts when I see this type of effort on defense. And for people to say that, John Wall isn't playing good on offense, who cares about offense? We're getting 100 points a game on offense.
But how do you change it? I don't know that you can change it. Thanks for your call, Rob.
It's just annoying when you look.
You're almost 50 games into the season. You're not going to become a great defense team.
You're actually getting 107 per game offensively from the Wiz.
You look at the NBA slate last night. There were 5 games. The only team that came even close, it's not even close. The Hornets scored 133. The next highest score was posted by the Grizzlies against the Knicks. They scored 105 points.
Yeah, it was bad.
28-point differential.
Okay, because they scored almost 80 in the first half.
I know. I watched.
It's unbelievable.
77.
And that shouldn't just.
You know what'll boggle your mind?
They almost had 80 because I think Kemba had a look like at the buzzer. He just missed it.
You know what'll boggle your mind is that if you actually look at defensive efficiency, somehow they're number 8 in the league.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
They've done better too in points per game. Like even though the numbers not that great, I think what are they giving up? 107, 108, 109.
I think it's like 106.
The league is so bad defensively that they're kind of moving up in the rankings.
Nobody really plays defense anymore.
I mean, the worst team in the league give up like 118, 119, 120 points a game.
I mean, how the Celtics only allowed 98 a game is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's like remarkable. That's like 79 back in the day.
Right, considering the way the NBA is now.
That might be the most impressive stat in all of the NBA this season.
It really is. How about the Spurs give up less?
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let me see. Let's go to Gerald, Capitol Heights. Gerald, what's up, man? You're on with the Junks.
Good morning, Junks. How y'all doing today?
Gerald. Doing great. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I want to. I agree with all the callers, and I mean, I watch the Wizards every night. I watch the Redskins too, but I know we're talking about the Washington Wizards.
Right.
The defense with the Wizards is horrendous. Man, Marcin Gortat can't check anybody. He don't block shots. I mean, John Wall, I think at times let his just in order to see if Gortat might at the rim. But Gortat doesn't stop too many of anybody at the rim.
Not anymore.
He's not.
Nope.
He's not athletic. I mean, and Marquise Morris, what'd he do? Quit on the Wizards? Because he's not doing too much of anything this year. And, I mean, the Wizards were more enthusiastic about winning last year than they are this year at all.
Yeah, Yeah, you make good points. But
I'm
remember, Gortat's 34. You know, he's up there.
Right,
So
he's nearing the end.
Yeah, I know he's 34. Then if we know that he's 34, why would Ernie Grunfeld sign him to that large lucrative contract?
Well, again, they're kind of in a
They
between
needed
a rock and
somebody.
a hard place. They kind of needed him. He played really well, I think, right before that.
Yeah. I mean, he gave you some good years, but now it's to the point where he's got 1 year left after this year. He'll be traded next year, or he'll retire. Be one of those two.
It's hard. All of those decisions, they knew the long-term ramifications, but they each one in and of itself, it was hard to argue with. I wanted them to re-sign Gortat at that time.
Right,
I remember.
he realized that toward the end, he might not be putting up the same numbers as he is in the first or second year of the deal that he signed.
Just kind of the way the game works.
And he's still
It's kind of the way the game works.
He's still very affordable considering what has happened to the salaries. I mean, he's making $12 or $13 million. That's very cheap.